The argument for a 4 week, 4 day work week, is it doable in Nigeria? Hmm. Anyways, my name is Ijeoma Ucheibe, and welcome to my channel where I talk about everything HR related and its intersection with the law under the Naija HR Chic Series with me. So today I'm talking about a very interesting topic that I was supposed to have talked about before now, the argument for a 4 day work week. We see it, everybody seems to be talking about it, Bloomberg, this other person, and everybody is like a buzzword. But the actual question is it doable? I have to ask, is it doable in Nigeria? I probably think I need to get someone to talk about this on the podcast with me. But the question I ask, is it doable in Nigeria? What are the parameters you think we should put in place for people to actually see that, okay, it may look impossible, but this is how it can be done? Are we a trusting people? Are we a trusting set of, companies that you can feel okay? We can have employees coming to work from Monday to Thursday, and then Friday they get to start their weekend early. Number one, I know that Berger Paints made the announcement early 2022 that they had started a 4 day work week. And of course, there was a lot of issues around it. People laughed at them on social media. They made it seem as if, oh, these guys just want to make look as if, oh, you guys can vote us as workplace of the year, in places like Great Place to Work and Glassdoor and stuff like that. But I analyzed it and I'm thinking, okay, whoever that HR person is, I'm going to find out who she is and ask her possibly to come on the podcast and tell us, okay, how did you accomplish this thing, for instance? Did you have any difficulties? Was it something that when you look back, you'll be like, I should have proposed this earlier, but maybe I was worried that management might not take me as seriously as I want to be taken because it will look like I am on the side of employees, right? Because I didn't try to understand. I know how hard it was to be able to convince certain managers that we could work hybrid and have staff. And then there was that initial hesitation because Nigerians can be funny. By the time you give them five days, they want to ask you for 30 days, to go and flex and do everything. And I feel that if you are someone who is able to prove, maybe over time with the data at your disposal to management, that your team members are ultimately staff. This is not even talking about, like, for example, what is happening or happened a couple of weeks ago, cash crunch or naira scarcity. That these are people that take ownership of the role and they can do this job. And I think once you're able to convince management to that is working or that is applicable in the case of staff, I don't find it becoming too difficult. Do I think it might work in a place like where I work? The smile should tell you the answer on my face because I know how challenging it was convincing management that it was good enough for staff to work from home. And then, of course, I saw why they were very hesitant because, of course, even though there were worksheets in place for people to fill in work that they did for those days that they worked from home, you could still find people still not filling those worksheets because they felt, oh, my manager is not going to do it, he's not going to check. Because I introduced a system of filling the worksheet and then the manager clicks on a link and it takes them to your worksheet and they're able to see what you've accomplished that day and determine, oh, do I have to give this person additional tasks to keep them very engaged and busy so it doesn't look like they're just collecting salaries or not doing anything, basically. And then I still found that some people were not filling those worksheets. And I said, okay, how am I going to able to go to management and convince management that, oh, we can work from home with this attitude to work already? But that is on the one side. But I just think that if you're able to convince management that you have a staff who take ownership of the role, I'm going to start with that and probably give you guys good news. There's really nothing that, a 4 day work week cannot accomplish for us. Because at the end of the day, I ask myself, you come to work on a typical Friday, it's almost like everybody comes into flex, everybody comes in their nice Nigerian outfits, walking about the office. Before you know what's happening, it's 3 p.m. and everybody's shutting down for the day to go home. So I ask myself, how about we actually implement this 3 day work week or even 4 day work week? Do you understand? It's actually doable in Nigeria if we put our minds to it. Put the right infrastructure in place, put the right people in place, have the right data to present to management. Because I always harp on data. It's one thing to tell management this is an initiative I want us to, implement across board in the organization. It's another thing to also convince management why you think that initiative is the best thing for them at that time. So anything that could have led her to get to a point where she feel, or the man felt, the HR professional in charge of employee relations at Berger Paints, to get this done, I feel it is doable. In my organization, in your organization, whether you work in the legal services sector like I do, whether you work in the construction sector, but so the right conditions have to be met. Because at the end of the day, everyone worked from home. We still got the job done. So I don't want us to feel like because we knew what we did to get to the point where employers could trust us to work from home, if you know what I mean, in HR professionals. We know how difficult some of our employees can be, right? But they trusted enough to give us that initiative to say, okay, implement it across board. So if we could do that, hey, I think, and I know, with the right conditions, that a 4-day work week is doable in Nigeria. Oh, I won't sound like a debater in that split second. What do you think about today? Are you rolling your eyes at me and be like, okay, Ijeoma, she has come again with this undoable task? Or do you think, okay, she has made some points that I can actually take to my management about having a 4-day work week in my company? Or better still, Ijeoma, please don't even start. This is Nigeria. Things like this don't even happen here. They cannot work. Do let me know in the comment section, because we like to keep it interactive on this channel. Please don't forget to like, please don't forget to share, and most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe in the link below. We have a new website that we are almost going to introduce to us very, very soon. But then, have you followed our podcast on Spotify, Radio Public, and Anchor? It's called Naija HR Chic Podcast, where I'm going to be talking about it. But the only difference is I'm going to be bringing a lot of guests there, because having to bring people for a video recording can be a bit challenging. But I think with the podcast, once you're able to set that up on, say, Zoom, for instance, it can it's a very workable arrangement for both parties. But do let me know what you think about this topic, this episode today, in the comment section. And you know where to find me. I'm at Ijeoma Ucheibe on LinkedIn and Instagram, and I'm also at Naija HR Chic on TikTok. Talk to you guys very, very soon.